In this video, I'm going to talk about transitions that involve, among others, going outdoors for playtime or recess, leaving for field trips, or simply going to another area of your building. Included will be activities that prepare the children to leave the room, go out the door, down the hall, and outside. Sometimes transitions to outside the classroom involve arranging the children in single file lines, which you know doesn't come naturally to the little ones. As I mentioned in my introduction to transitions, when this is the case, you'll want to make sure that different children get to go first. Use a variety of methods to ensure this. On one day, arranging the children alphabetically by first name. The next day, use last names. On another day, ask all the children wearing green to line up first. On another day, line up by month of birth, and so on. This helps ensure fairness and also gets the children's brain cells working. All of the transitions I'll suggest here offer the children lots of opportunity to express themselves, use their imaginations, solve problems, sing, move, and have fun. Let's start with activities that alert the children that it's time to leave the classroom and that help get them to the door. There are lots of fun ways to get children to the door. A call and response activity can even make getting in line fun. Teach the children their responses, explaining that at the end of the activity, they're to form an orderly line at the door. Use this one or make up one of your own. A great way to get the children lined up, which involves problem solving, is to challenge them to figure out how to line up so every tummy but one is facing somebody else's back. This really gets their brains going. It won't work smoothly the first couple of times, but as with much else in early childhood, repetition is the key. If you assign daily or weekly line leaders, you can use a little song to alert the leader that it's time to go to the door. This one is sung to the tune of oh where can my little dog be?" Or if you're going to be the line leader yourself, go to the door and sing this little ditty to the tune of The Farmer in the Dell. You can see how simple it is to use piggyback songs to meet your needs. I'm standing here in line, I'm standing here in line, hi ho the dairy-o, I'm standing here in line. Whether you're encouraging the children to move toward the door or down a hallway, for example, images stimulate their imaginations and focus their attention. Invite the children to move as though they're a butterfly fluttering, an eagle soaring, a cat sneaking up on a bird, or a weightless astronaut. Of course, you can always tie these kinds of activities to curriculum content. For instance, if you're currently exploring the topic of the sea with the children, you can challenge them to move like a jellyfish, an eel, a starfish, or like the smallest fish in the ocean. To both prepare children to leave the room and head out the door to your destination, tell them that they're going to pretend to be a train. Each of them will be one of the cars, and you're going to add the cars one at a time to the train. Then, acting as the engine, you move throughout the room, making chugga chugga sounds and picking up one car at a time until one long train has been formed. The train then heads out the door. This is perfect if you're exploring transportation, but if you happen to be studying reptiles, you can always become one long snake instead of a train. Then just simply change the chugga chugga to a hissing sound. Another way to make leaving the room enjoyable is to add a fun song. You can use verses like these, sung to the tune of The Farmer in the Dell, for heading out the door and walking down a hall. Of course, whatever the transition, follow the leader is always a great option. Not only does this game keep the children focused and on task, also it provides children experience with physically replicating what the eyes are seeing, which is something they'll need to do when they're learning to write. You can keep the game fresh despite repeating it often by aligning it with current lessons. For example, if you're studying transportation, you can lead the children while pretending to be an airplane, to be driving a car, or riding a horse, or rowing a boat. You can do the latter while singing Row, Row, Row Your Boat to add an extra dimension to it. If you've been talking about the circus or occupations, lead the children as though walking a tightrope. Even pretending to balance on a high wire will inspire intense concentration from the kids. Also, keep various movement elements in mind. Change up the tempo of your movements, sometimes moving slowly and other times a bit more quickly, as well as the force, sometimes moving lightly and other times moving with more strength. And don't forget to change your body shape or your position in space, sometimes high, sometimes in the middle, and sometimes low. Finally, to add divergent problem solving to the mix, always great for inspiring creative and critical thinking, invite the children to move in some of these ways. Find a way using only one foot or three body parts. Move in the most crooked, rounded, or pointed shape possible. Move in a sideways direction using any traveling method by walking or running. Find a way that involves a preposition like over, under, around, between, or through. Move at a high or a low level in space. Move like something that's yellow, red, green, or blue. As you can tell, transitions like these are filled with learning opportunities as well as being fun. That means they'll become something for both you and the children to look forward to. I hope that these ideas spark some of your own.